let's talk a little bit about learning songs. So, I mean, obviously, Dream Theater requires some focus, and a lot of their music is extremely difficult. What's the process for you guys?
Yeah, song learning is definitely a incremental process for us. We have to attack it typically a section at a time. We'll kind of find the most obvious portion of a song to start off with and say, okay, we're going to, up until 2 minutes and 20 or 23 seconds, when the song changes, we're going to learn up to that point. So then the next rehearsal will come in and we'll play it up to that point. And there may be a few guys that have learned it a little further than that, and they might kind of jam on it a little bit further, and that kind of inspires the rest of the band to go, oh, okay, yeah, I got to, get on that.
Not to mention any names, see, bro.
And not to mention, you guys lagging, Scott.
Yeah.
Ow, sorry, Scott.
Well, it's an odd process for us because Scott and I both travel quite a bit for work. We both work on the product side of the music industry. We both travel for work a lot. So, the obvious time that a lot of people would have the downtime to be able to sit and woodshed isn't there for us. So we have to kind of, make a point to practice on stuff and take that time to dig into it. And then, we only rehearse every so often because of our varying schedules. So if we get one rehearsal or two rehearsals a month in, depending on shows, that's our only time to kind of work on songs. So everybody has to kind of woodshed on their own and try to push themselves to want to get through it, through their own inspiration. And then when we come in and we play together, then we all kind of feel even more inspired and go, oh, okay, we actually can play this song. Because that's always the initial thought is, wait, can we play this song? And then
Right.
And then that first couple of minutes passes, and we go, "Holy, this really isn't that as bad as we expected it to be." And then we all kind of woodshed on it, and usually by the next rehearsal, we were able to kind of fumble through the song to some extent, and it is definitely a longer process than I think all of us would like it to be. We'd like to be able to be like, hey, every show we've got 2 new Dream Theater songs to play or something like that. But the reality is, It honestly takes us, a few rehearsals that are kind of few and far between at this point in order for us to get a new song in. So we just have to keep hacking away at it ourselves and try to keep ourselves as inspired as possible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like what Chris was saying, it's tricky because we all have day jobs and families and stuff, and so it's like our goal is to pull off as close a show to Dream Theater as possible, but what we're doing in maybe 8 to 10 hours a week what Dream Theater does in 8 to 10 hours a day, but yet still trying to have the same level of quality. So that can definitely be really, really tricky. And as far as learning this stuff, like on my end as bassist, I would say it's definitely frustrating because there's not a ton of bass sheet music out there for Dream Theater. There's an anthology book that has some stuff, but a lot of the songs that we're doing, it's stuff that's not out there. And so I feel like it takes me forever because I literally have to get in, an app that'll slow down the stuff, and I have to literally go through. And for me, I chart out the bass tracks note for note, and I have to. And sometimes I think it took me literally 3 or 4 months just to have a chart of Metropolis, and then it took me another however many months to learn how to play the damn thing. So for me, that's really, really frustrating. And I can use the keyboard and the guitar song books out there for reference because a lot of the bass parts are in unison with those. But that was definitely something I didn't really anticipate. That it's like I'm not going to have all those resources, and I'm just going to have to sit down with pencil and staff paper and try to figure it out. And it's tough. It's very humbling.
Sure.